Angry Guy here, and women are trying to normalize degeneracy. Women are trying to normalize degeneracy. Every day, a new OF model jumps on YouTube, puts up a YouTuber positive video, and says, "Hey, I'm going to teach you how to be successful on OnlyFans." Have no misunderstandings. This is women trying to normalize degeneracy. Okay? Here's a video where a woman is literally, again, trying to tell people, "I'm going to help you to be successful on OnlyFans." And there's a bunch of people like, "Oh, thank you for the help." Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Let's see where everyone is from. So we have over 11,000 people in this group, which is crazy. And it's growing rapidly. So I would love to know where everyone's from. I know that OnlyFans is a global community, and there's over 2 million creators on there or more, something like that. All right. So the reason why I have this group to begin with is because I worked for about 3 years doing OnlyFans. Prior to the pandemic, a little bit, I wasn't really making much, but when I lost both my jobs, I had nothing else to do. So I studied really hard, and let me be very transparent with you guys. I absolutely did not know what I was doing. I also was not big on social media. I barely modeled. I was living in a trailer park and I was getting cheated on. So that was like amazing, right? Yeah. So this was like my last bet on everything. And I did not think that I would make anything on this platform. But one, I wanted to get out of my crappy relationship. I wanted to know what financial freedom felt like. And I just put my mind and dedication to it and studied other girls and some of the top earners who are now some of my friends. And in 8 months, I was able to make $100,000. So from January 2019 to August 2019, it was a 6-figure year. And I swear I was like, what? I did this? And it was, I won't say that it was easy, but it was like, it was just time consuming. So as long as you're dedicated, I mean, anything that you're going to make good money on, you have to be dedicated to, right? So anyway, so I ended up teaching other girls how to do this and men. And I actually enjoyed teaching it a lot. So I now solely rely on, I still make money on OnlyFans and it's more passive now, but I solely rely on my clients now and their success. So I'm really excited to be sharing all of this knowledge with you guys. And so let's get started with the lessons today.
You know, guys, it is absolutely insane. So she says that, during that event that happened in 2020 where everything was shut down, the global economy was shut down, she was living in a trailer park. She was in a relationship that she was not happy in. She had tried OF years ago. It didn't work out for her, but she decided that she was going to try it again, and OF was her final hope in life. And she went because she had lost her job. So she went and she did it, and guess what? It ended up working out for her, and she made $100,000 in the first 8 months, and now it's earned her financial freedom. And she still does OF, but it's not entirely that, because now she's teaching people how to be successful at OF, and she relies mostly on that income from her clients. I mean, guys, this is literally the normalization of degeneracy. I mean, I cannot imagine who would ever be proud to say that, my girlfriend is an OF model, my mom is an OF model. There's a lot of little kids right now who are going to take some major L's. And when I say take a major L's, I'm not talking about in junior high. I'm not talking about in high school. I'm not talking about in college. I'm talking about by like the second or third grade. because these kids have cell phones. These kids have smartphones. This is a very very different generation. Okay, they were born into these things. You've got 2 year olds fighting over tablets. I see like toddlers fighting over tablets. They have tablets for babies now. Okay, it's no joke. So they're going to find her OF. They're gonna find out that your mama is an OF model. Okay, oh my goodness, you're an OF baby, and they're gonna get teased like crazy. All right, can you imagine like some little kid trying to stand up for himself, like, Jacob, stop messing with me, and Jacob's like, who the hell do you think you're talking to? You know your mother is on OF, right? I'm gonna tell everybody about your mama running your mouth talking back to me. All right? And then you got the little kid like, no, 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 please don't do it, please don't do it. Exactly. So watch your damn mouth next time. Don't you ever talk back to me. You out here with your OF mama talking crap to me. Don't you ever talk back to me. All right? Have some humility. All right? Calm down. I want you to bring that energy down. Bring that energy down. Calm all that down. All right? Humble yourself. Humble yourself. That's really where it's headed. That's really where it's headed. And these women are normalizing it. They are literally normalizing it. They're acting like OF is the new YouTube, where you can go and you can grow and and find your happiness and obtain financial freedom. And the craziest thing is that it's like they're not even talking about the consequences of being on OF. There's some, I mean, it's like people look at you like you're dirty. Employers don't want to hire you. Once you're on OF and your name has gotten out there, you become almost unemployable. And it doesn't last forever. There are a lot of women who do OF and they're successful on there initially. They make thousands of dollars, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars. But something happens in their life and they basically are not as active, and they end up losing their following and trying to rebuild that later on. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And it's crazy because people like this woman, she's not talking about the negative aspects of it. She's not talking about the psychological impact. She's not talking about how it will affect future relationships down the road, when you're trying to date, when you're trying to have children, how your children are going to suffer from this. She's not talking about any of that. She's talking about how this is going to make your life so much better. And there's so many other women, ironically, that are praising her. I mean, look at the screen right now. You can see all these women that are literally telling her, thank you for your course, thank you for your tips, thank you for your book. I've been searching for this. I've been wanting to do this for so long. Guys, OF is now becoming normalized. She's just one of many people who are now posting these videos on how to become big on OF, how to be consistent, have a positive mindset. I mean, they're literally posting YouTuber videos, YouTuber positivity videos, motivational videos about how to be successful at OF and breaking it down, and also talking about the benefits of OF and even some of the tax write-offs that they get being on OF. I mean, it is absolutely insane, and they have no consideration for other things. You know, there's one OF model that I know of that was a nurse, and she left nursing to go and do OF. Her kids are like 18 and 19, and she does not care. Here's what she did. She traded in their futures because she destroyed the family name. Like, this is something that men literally guarded back in the past. The family name is very important. Even to this day, the family name is still important. If you're related to someone who does despicable things, you are going to have a harder life than other people. Okay? Riley Reid, she's talked about it, that her brother suffers in school because she's his sister. All right? And she says that she doesn't feel bad because it's his fault for telling people that that's his sister. He should just basically deny it. Like, oh no, that's not my sister. It's not my sister. It's somebody else. That's not Ashley. Because Riley's real name is actually Ashley. She's like, oh no, that's not Ashley. That's That's someone that looks like Ashley. They've been doing some amazing things with AI and computer generation. But anyway, let's change the subject. So, how about those Yankees? Like, seriously, bro? Like, this is what this come down to. Like, these women are trying to normalize degeneracy, make it a normal part of American society, American culture, and this is one of the reasons why things can never go back to normal. This is why the password bros are only going to get larger and larger. Why MWA, men walking away, is only going to get larger and larger. All right, because men are looking at this and they're saying there's nothing. The only people that are going to be left behind are simps, and those guys are falling one by one. All right, they won't last forever. Okay, simping you can't last forever on simping. All right, this is absolute degeneracy. More and more men are looking at this and they're saying, yeah, you know what? I don't need a lot to survive. So if I'm not going to get married, I'm just going to work the bare minimum and I'm going to live well. Because a lot of guys can live well on $30,000 a year. I'm just being so honest. A lot of guys, depending on where you live, once you take into consideration rent, okay? If you can, for example, keep living with your parents or rent a room as cheap as you can. And once you've done that, if you get a room for like 500, 600, 700 bucks a month, right? Or you live with your parents, guys don't need much. All they have to do is have a place to live, a place to sleep, food to eat, a place to shower and shit, some video games and entertainment, and they are good. That's it. That's it. A lot of guys are happy with a Nintendo Switch, a sleeping bag, and a bathroom. All right? A Nintendo Switch, sleeping bag, and a bathroom. Okay? And they'll buy whatever food they need, and they're happy. They are happy as you can imagine. All right? Because they don't need anything else, and they're just chilling like villains. And because they're not wasting money on dating, going out, and any of that other nonsense, and just focusing on themselves, they're getting lots of rest. They're playing their video games. Some of them read, do other things, and some of them are even spending time learning, about bettering themselves, learning about crypto, investing in crypto instead of investing in 304s. And even if they lose money in crypto, that's money that they would have never seen again anyway with 304s. So they have a better chance of recouping their investment, investing in crypto or in the markets or emerging technologies. So, than investing in the 304. Because all of these chicks are 304s at this point. All right? They are all 304s. None of these women are traditional women. They're all out there doing the whole phase thing. And so many of them are now turning to OnlyFans as a normal way of making an income and saying, hey, this is okay, oh, we're gonna do OF, we're normalizing it. I mean, I say, get the hell out of here. This is degeneracy squared. All right, degeneracy squared. It's like X squared. Degeneracy squared. And guys, it's only going to get worse as the economy gets worse, guys. I'm telling you, as the economy gets worse, as hiring begins to slow down more and more because companies are firing, as women find themselves being replaced by AI, what are they going to do? They're going to turn to OF. They're going to turn to OF. More and more women are going to turn to OF. And the funny thing is, most women are not going to be successful on OF. All right? But they're going to do it anyway. So, for example, a lot of women might end up making, let's say 50, 60, or even $100,000 a year. They're not going to be making $1 billion a year. They're not going to be making $100,000 a month. Some women might even make $3,000 to $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, and they're going to take this and treat it like a job. All right? And at the end of the day, they don't realize that they're selling their name. They're selling their souls because they can't find work after this. Not even Walmart is going to want to hire them. All right? You think Walmart wants an OF model working as a door greeter? I don't think so. And there's only so many guys that you can sell corn to. There's only so many guys that you can sell corn to. A lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that use the hub. A lot of guys aren't paying for it. A lot of guys are not paying for the hub. A lot of guys are not paying for the hub. They go to Corn Hub, but they're not paying for it. All right, they beat off and then they go about their business. Most guys don't pay for OF and are not paying for OF. OF is a place for simps, and the money that people pay for OF, that simps pay for OF, that's a simp tax. That is a simp tax and nothing else. And the more women that go on OF and begin using OF and treating it as a means of making an income, eventually it's going to become somewhat saturated. Okay? Because simps are not in, there's not an unlimited supply of simps. We were all once simps, but more and more men are becoming red pilled. And the thing is that, the true simps, you can never save them. But we were all once, before we were red pilled, many of us were simps. But we weren't simps by choice. We were simps by social conditioning. We're simps because we did not know what to do. We had no masculine teachers. No one told us what female nature was like. And then once our eyes were open, we were able to evolve and change our ways and become different people. So don't think that anyone was born, born an alpha, or born knowing exactly what to do and all. You have to. Most of us had no guidance, no fatherly figures to really teach us. Because even our fathers were simps themselves, because they're with our mothers, all right. Our mothers let's just be real. Our mothers trapped them. And there's no way in heck that our mothers were ever going to tell us, the secrets of female nature, because that would mean that she would have to admit to being one of those types of women, to being one of them. And they're never going to admit to it. Most women are never going to admit to it. It's just the nature of society, guys. And like I said, you're gonna have more and more women jumping onto OF and trying to become successful on OF, and it's only going to do more damage. Because sure, they'll make some money in the short term, but most of them aren't going to make a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of women who will only make maybe a couple $100 over their entire OF career after posting all these pictures of themselves on OF. And the internet is forever. It doesn't matter how good of a job they do trying to remove their pictures for other places on the web. All right, those pictures get leaked, and the internet is forever. If it's not going to be if it's not on Google, then it's going and on a site on Google, it's on the dark web. And the dark web is massive. The dark web, guys, is like the dark continent. I don't know if you guys read Hunter x Hunter, but there's this thing in Hunter x Hunter. It's a manga and anime, and they reveal in Hunter x Hunter that the world that they live in is only a tiny portion of the actual world, and the actual world is like 1,000 times bigger. I don't want to say 100. I think it's like 1,000 times bigger than the world that we actually live in. So they live in basically Earth. They live on basically Earth, but the actual world is like 1,000 times bigger, and it's kind of like that. It's really kind of like that. These modern day women have completely disconnected from reality, morality, and they've chosen immorality and promiscuity, and they see this as tools to enrich their lives. And the reasons why they're doing this is because they don't want to struggle. They want to be miss independent. They want it easy. They want easy money. All right. They don't want to work hard. She even said it. It's easy. She's like, you do have to work, but it's easy. And that's what you have a lot of these OF models I wasn't working, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to, but now I'm consistent and I post once a week. Bro, once a week? Y'all, I'm dropping sometimes 6 videos a day, bro, on YouTube. Okay? And these women are talking about like an hour or 2 hours of work, if even that. Because they put on a sexy outfit, they snap a few pictures, they interact with a couple of losers and bait them like, oh hey, would you like some feet pics? They're like, oh yes baby, I want some of those feet pics. Okay, $1,000. And I mean, come on, man. Do you agree that women are now normalizing degeneracy? And do you agree that it's going to have a terrible impact upon society? It's only going to make the lives of women even worse, and it's only going to put even more distance between men and women, because the decent men who are are red pilled are not going to want these women, and it's only going to lead to more men going overseas, going MWA, walking away from society, becoming passport bros, going overseas to meet feminine women, start new lives with Filipino wives in foreign and build or other women in foreign countries and forming new communities while taking their American money and going. Do you agree with this? I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you agree. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.